Welcome back to the 5th episode of the Titans Talk 615 podcast. My name is Jackson Weber. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Folks, I'm sorry for last week. I had so many technical issues, but I appreciate y'all staying in with us, and I appreciate y'all having some patience because this is my first time running a podcast. So, again, y'all listening to this on my 21st birthday today, so I appreciate everyone who's sent wishes, everything. I'm very glad to cover the Titans and do this on my own time. I love doing this as a hobby. And my goal in life is to make this a career. So I appreciate all y'all checking me out and everywhere with social media. So, folks, big week. 3 days of training camp. Is Will Levis done with the Titans? Traylon Burks, is he done with the Tennessee Titans? How did Cam Ward look from day number 1 to day number 3? Is it too worried to be concerned about the offensive line? Make your mind about. Biggest signing on defense, already making an impact, and is going to be a big addition to the Tennessee Titans this season. Anyway, let's kick it off with Will Levis. So Will Levis, right? This is a Monday morning. Everyone's having a nice morning. Very excited for football to be back. This is the day before Titans are coming back. Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans put this on their social media page. Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter announced that Will Levis is going to miss the whole 2025 season with an AC joint. So it's kind of the same injury that Anthony Richardson had, but Will Levis is opting to go for surgery. He's going to miss the whole entire season. So there's two things to this. Number one, it was kind of a weird timing. And this is a horrible timing right now. And this kind of has me some kind of sudden news for all the Titans fans. Did Will Levis quit on us? Did Will Levis decide that he doesn't want to sit behind Cam and he'd rather just get healthy and just be back next year and hopefully compete for a starting job somewhere else next year? That's probably what happened, actually. Think about it, Paulie. That's what happened, y'all. So you got to think about that. Levis, and also, why did he play through it? Why did he play through it is my question. We're not winning anything. If you wanted to be the team's future next year, then you probably would have gotten the surgery and let Mason Rudolph and sign someone else on the roster. I forgot the guy's name last year we signed. And just have both of those guys play. And then just boom. Leave it at that. Get surgery, come back next season, 2025. Of course, you would have missed a couple games, but you would have been healthy. So that's kind of the problem. And that's kind of something to keep in mind about. I know a lot of Titans fans think that, Levis is being stingy. No, it's just something. See, someone told someone to tell him, hey, wait on the surgery. And then it got worse and worse over time, apparently, and he just wanted to get the surgery. Do I think his tenure is done at the Titans, though? Yes. I think Will Levis should be done as a Titan. I think he needs a fresh start. He needs to clear his head. Definitely, get rehab to just get traded out of Tennessee. I think it's time for Will Levis to go, get a fresh start in his head. He's not right here. He's not had a good start here to his NFL career. Trade him somewhere else, get him a fresh start, and see what he can do with someone else and someone else's offense. He's not worked with Callahan so far, and that's kind of the thing. I'm not giving up on him, but I think it's time for him to get a little refresh. And that's kind of the same thing we're talking about Traylon Burks, who yesterday Cam Ward threw a deep ball towards the sideline. I think Jarvis Brown-Lee was covering him, and Burks got ahead. He got a step in front of Jarvis, and Burks landed on his collarbone shoulder really hard. He kind of got up, kind of injury, and it was announced by Ian Rappaport that he has a fractured collarbone. So he's probably going to miss the first couple half of the season. That is unfortunate for Traylon Burks. He's a guy who has been kind of under the wings because you've seen guys like Tyler Lock and Eric Amador is kind of taking his place. So that's kind of unfortunate for Traylon. So now you got to think about what's going to happen. I mean, is he going to get traded potentially? Is he going to send IR? And we'll kind of see what happens at week 5. Yes, we could probably see what happens on week 5 of the season. However, I don't see Traylon Burks being here after the season. He's going to go. Again, another guy needs another fresh start out of Tennessee. And I think Traylon Burks should work on himself, get better in the offseason, definitely get better after his rehab and see what he can do somewhere else. Because this is a guy who does not have dog in him, it seems like. He's just a guy who gets 600 yards, probably average, is probably his best. So, again, Traylon Burks needs a new fresh start out of Tennessee. We have a lot of roster moves to talk about, too, y'all, before I get anything else. So, Titans signed Jordan Mims out of New Orleans Saints last year, 2-year deal. They waived Tyron Davis Price. They signed Femi Oladejo. Great. Love that. Will Levis got placed on IR, season-ending IR. And they signed Timmy Horn and Jamar Jefferson. Keandre Coburn got waived, surprisingly. On Wednesday morning, he got waived. And Jihad Ward got brought in from Minnesota last year. Colton Dowell got waived. And they brought in Matt Launders from the Patriots from last season. All right, so my training camp, this is what I kind of saw from day one and going on. Day one, Cam Ward was 12 of 17. He started out hot. Then he kind of got cold at the end. However, he made some throws. Obviously, as a rookie, you're going to miss some throws. But he didn't make a mistake. Love that. So first day, obviously, getting your feet wet is your first day back, playing in front of people and, coaches. So it's going to take a while for him to get, re-ramped up. Trajan Spears definitely impressed the offense that day. I think he looked great. I think Spears was a guy who showed flash on the field. Very love that for Trajan Spears. I think that's going to be a guy who we need on this offense this season on third downs. I definitely think you guys have to look at that and be like, hey, Trajan Spears is going to be a good running back this season. So that's another guy too. DMR, Eric Amador led all for 3 catches. Jarvis Brownlee got sick, but he broke up 2 passes on the day. Brandon Allen was 7 on 8 in the day. Tim Boyle also was 9 for 9, perfect on the day. So that. All right, y'all. So now we're gonna break down day number 2. We already broke down day number 1. I thought Cam Ward looked great. Guys got their feet wet. Everyone looked pretty good. Both sides of the ball looked great. I don't really have a winner on this one. I would say it was kind of 50-50 on both sides of the ball on day number 1. Day number 2, though, I think this leaned towards the defense. So Cam Ward started out with an interception of Barton, and he got 2 straight completions. Eric Amador was his top target on this day as well. On Thursday, Tyler Lockett got a nice catch as well, but Spears got a couple drops, and Jefferson and DK. But again, Cam Ward was threw an interception on his last play of the 7-on-7. I'm not discouraged about it. Again, this is Cody Barnes, a guy we'll talk about later in the episode as well. I do a whole segment on that. But obviously, I'm not worried about Cam Ward right now, like any Titans fan should be right now. But I'd rather get these interceptions out now than get them out later in the season where it's frustrating. So let him get the interceptions out now. Perfectly fine with that. He'll work on it. He'll fix some mistakes. Put it behind him. Love to see that. Brandon Allen was also 3 for 4, but Kevin Winston, it looked like he kind of stripped out the ball. I don't know if Wiley had his feet. Like he took 3 steps before. So I don't know if it was a strip. I don't know if it was interception. So they're calling it an interception, which I kind of agree. It's calling an interception. Like Kevin Winston, he ripped it away from Josh Wiley. So love that. And Tim Boyle was also 2 for 4. Prochet actually dropped a pass on the sideline. It was broken up by Marcus Harris on that one. A couple nice runs from Pollard. A couple drops overall. The really thing that I was looking at was a lot of pressure. Okay, the defense put a lot of pressure on the tackles. Femi Oladejo and Draymond Jones got a lot of pressure on the Titans defense. And the second day, I thought as well. So I definitely want to say the defense will stand out in this game. 2 interceptions, technically, almost a third one by Barton. And the last one, I felt like the Titans offense felt rushed, especially by Cam. Allen made some nice passes. Femi again got off the edge and pressured, and it was kind of in a lot of faces. I saw Big Jeff almost get a sack as well. Javonte Sweat came right through the middle. There was also a scruffle between Mason Kinsey and in the end of the play. I forgot the other guy's name right now. So there's a couple of scuffles. There's one scuffle, first one of the camp. And Ridley Ward just kind of threw up a ball for Ridley in triple coverage. It was knocked down by Xavier Woods. And then pass dropped by Odakuda. Boyle did the last snap. So that's kind of it I saw from day number 2. So let's go on day number 3, which I think was the best one overall at Nissan Stadium. So first off, day number 3 kind of came out. Back together weekend. Cam Ward throwing the football first time at Nissan Stadium. He's never thrown a ball at Nissan before. So Cam Ward completes his first 7 passes, including a ball to Calvin Ridley. So really nice pass. Again, kicks it off 7 out of 8. Love that. And then he was He completed 7 out of 13 passes in the team period. So love that, including another big play to Calvin Ridley. And then Cam ended the day 14 for 21 like that. He was interception once by James Woods. But after that James Williams interception, he got right back into it and responded how a lot of Titans fans like to see it. And that's exactly what we want from our quarterback. Made a lot of tight throws. A lot of tight throws, which I look at myself, I'm like, man, I would not make those throws. Ridley was easily the star on Saturday, making 4 catches, got 2 downfield, and he did a little flip in the end zone, if you guys saw that. James Williams, who got the interception, and Sebastian Joseph Day, Femi Oladejo in pursuit of Cam Ward. So again, the defensive line is becoming the studs of this training camp so far. A lot of studs on this defensive line, which is going to be interesting this year to see. You got Sebastian Joseph Day, Draymond Jones, Femi Oladejo, Arden Key, Jeffrey Simmons, Javondre Sweat. So I think this defensive line is good. I think it's going to be really, really good this year. And obviously, we know about Traylon Burks when he got hurt out of bounds. Jeffrey Simmons was talking a lot on Saturday. I noticed he did the Cam Ward in his face on Saturday. So Simmons almost had probably around a sack or 2 on Saturday, I noticed. Lockett really made some nice couple of catches as well. Van Jefferson had 4 catches of the day, including a couple in traffic as well. Another guy, TJ Sheffield, Burks, who also looked really well, is also shout out to TJ Sheffield, great guy. Hopefully, he goes on the practice squad this year. Looks like a really good guy. I think he can be underrated this year. The Titans need to call him up. I think he's a really nice, shifty receiver. I'll talk about him later in the podcast. Kevin Winston makes plays. Winston had a nice breakup again. Again, another guy who's impacting the defense. Love it. Monty Hooker was around all the time. Draymond Jones in the backfield also a lot. So Sebastian Joseph Day, really nice on the rush as well. So I think Saturday was a nice day for camp. I noticed on Saturday. Joey Slife, how about this? 66-yarder field goal. I mean, we got to give the love to the special teams, especially the new punter, Johnny Hecker, and Joey Slife on kicker. Got to give love to both of those new ones on the Tennessee Titans roster. So now let's head into what I was going to talk about with Cody Barton. I think this is a guy who is going to be the best signing for the Tennessee Titans this offseason. This guy is everywhere. This guy is all over the ball. He's left. He's right. He reads the quarterback's eyes really, really well. I think this is a linebacker the Tennessee Titans have been really missing. I think James Williams is going to win the linebacker 2 spot. I've seen him a lot in training camp take the number 1 reps with Cody Barton. I'm really liking this linebacker room a lot now, especially in the last 3 days of training camp. I feel very comfortable about it. So Cody Barton, I think, is easily going to be the biggest signing. He's making the impact on the field. I think this is going to be the best signing in the offseason. I know Dan Moore was the most exciting with $87.5 million, but I think Cody Barton is going to give you the most value in 3 years with the Tennessee Titans. Now, another thing we're going to talk about before I end the episode. How about next week? Is it too early to be concerned about the offensive line? No, I don't think it's too early. I think something to keep an eye on. I definitely think for sure. I definitely think the Tennessee Titans, I think a lot of fans should. I'm definitely going to watch a lot more offensive line when I go on Tuesday. Definitely keeping more eye on it. I think personally the offensive line has a lot more to work with Bill Callahan. Again, I think we need to go out and maybe get 1 or 2 more backups to be on the offensive line. But I think right now, I'm pretty set with that 5. Tackles are going to get better again in the season. J.C. Latham hasn't played right tackle in over a year in a real game, so it's going to take him a while to get right into it. Dan Moore is a guy who's been really solid at left tackle. I think he's going to get better as the year goes on. I already have faith in everyone on the line, but I just want to see the tackles get some more juice and get some more energy. I know Bill Callahan's working on that right now. Kevin Zeiler's already looked great in camp. I've seen him look really great as well. So I'm not concerned about it. I just think it's something to keep an eye on heading into the 2025 season. All right, y'all, that's the end of the episode today. I appreciate y'all staying tuned again today. Folks, so to this week, next episode, we're going to cover the 3 training camps. So we're going to cover July 29th, July 30th, and August 2nd. So we're doing 3, and then 1. So that's what we're doing on this podcast. So after the 2nd, we have 1 more practice on August 6th before we go to Tampa Bay and have joint practice with the Bucs and Baker Mayfield. And we play the first preseason game on the road against Tampa Bay Buccaneers on August 9th at 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So, folks, stay tuned for it. I'm very excited for preseason. I know football's back. This is the best time of year, man. Football's back right around the corner. It's summertime. It's perfect. So, hope y'all staying cool wherever you're at. It's really hot right now outside. So, again, thank y'all for staying tuned to this episode. Next week, get ready for training camp number 2. Peace out, buddy. Have a blessed week. Tie it up.